Thank you very much for joining us once again today. Today we are discussing strategic financial management. This is 13th lecture of strategic financial management. This is 9th lectures on working capital management techniques. And we are discussing inventory management. In the inventory management, we are discussing today just-in-time system. There are two types of manufacturing system. One is a push type manufacturing system and another is a pull time manufacturing system. In the push time manufacturing system, usually businesses are manufacturing the stock based upon the feature requirement. They are not making the stock based upon the specific order. So businesses are manufacturing. After the manufacturing, they are storing, and after the storing, whenever the orders are coming, they are delivering. This is called push time manufacturing system. They said the push time manufacturing system is considered as an escalator. An escalator continue to supply regardless of whether there is an actual demand passenger or not. Means accelerator will keep working. It doesn't matter where there is a passenger, where it is not a passenger. In the same way, push time manufacturing system, they will keep manufacturing. It doesn't matter where there is a demand in the market or there is no demand in the market, orders in the market, or there are no orders in the market. On the other hand, there is a pull type manufacturing system. Pull type manufacturing system, manufacturing under this system, production under this system based upon the actual demand. If there is actual demand, then they will produce. If there is no actual demand, then they will not produce. This is called pull time manufacturing system. In pull time manufacturing system, they said it acts like an elevator. If someone wants to move from one floor to other floor, then they will press the button, elevator will be used, elevator will be started. In the same way, in the pull time manufacturing system, if order will be there, then production will be started. If order is not there, then production will not be started. So overall, we can say in the manufacturing system, push type manufacturing system, production is not based upon actual demand. In the pull time manufacturing system, production is based upon the actual demand. Push type versus pull time. In the push time, make all we can just in case. This based upon the production approximation, anticipated usage. This is not actual usage, but this is anticipated usage. Large lots, they are usually making. High inventory, they are maintaining. Waste is their management, firefighting, and poor communication. These are some of the features of push time manufacturing system. On the other hand, in the pull time manufacturing system, they very precision in the production, because production based upon the actual demand, and they are very precise in the production. It based upon the actual consumption. Small lots, inventories are low because they are maintaining against the order, so they are not maintaining any inventory, or very low inventory is being managed by the businesses. Better communication is there, lesser wastage is there. So just in time is a management strategy. That is pull time manufacturing system. Means in the just in time, order will be produced based upon the actual demand. So whenever the demand will come, order will be produced, and this system aligns production orders along with the demand, then aligns raw material and labor supply based upon the production. So we can say just in time is a management strategy that aligns manufacturing raw material order from supplier directly with the production schedule, and this is pull time manufacturing system. Pull time is implemented by monitoring the consumption of parts at each stage. Basically, there are different stages, and under the different stages there is a containers in between process 1 and process 2. These containers are called Kanbans. So whenever the goods are moving from one container to whenever the goods are moving from one process to other process. So suppose this is the process A, then this is the process B, then this is the process C. In between process A and B, these are the containers. So A will keep manufacturing till this container will be fulfilled. Once this container will be fulfilled, then A will stop making further production. Then these goods will move to B. Then there is a Kanban's containers in between B and C as well. There is a one more container. B will keep producing till this container is fulfilled. Then once the container will be empty, then B will start the production again. Again in the same way, once this container will be filled, then A will stop the production. When the goods will move from this container to the next stage, then A will start the production again. This is a process, and during this ideal time, the worker perform preventive maintenance on the machines. Like once this container will be fulfilled, then A will go under the maintenance process. In the same way, when this container will be fulfilled, B will go under the maintenance. So this is how this model works. Just-in-time is a demand pull manufacturing system which start with the customer demand for a finished product and work for all the way back to demand direct material. So here is the order. Based upon the order, there is a work in process. Based upon the work in process, there is a material, there is a labor. This all, what is the triggering point? Triggering point is order. Then they are working back and starting procuring the material, and they are starting procuring the all other related parts as well. So each operation produces only what is necessary to meet the demand of the following operations. So just-in-time aims to keep the material moving in a continuous flow. These are the key features of just-in-time system. Just-in-time manufacturing aims to produce the right parts at the right time. Demand pull just-in-time also supplied in the non-manufacturing organizations as well. For example, fast food restaurant McDonald's and Burger King used a demand pull system to control their finished inventories. When a customer orders a burger, it is taken from the shelf of the completed burger, and the chef doesn't cook any new burger until the inventories begin to run out. Customer demand thus pulls the burger through the system. There are some positives of this system as well. Just-in-time has some positives. Reduces cost by minimizing warehouse needs, because we have already decided inventory will be lower, lowest level inventory will be maintained, order will be produced based upon the online or based upon the real orders from the market. So inventory will not be maintained. When there is no inventory, it will reduce the working capital as well, because inventory will be reduced, working capital ultimately will be reduced, interest cost will be reduced as well. These are the some positive of just-in-time system. This is one example. Boeing implemented just-in-time, and they have implemented this system while manufacturing just Boeing 737 jets. They have issued one press release on 27th Jan 2005. They said Boeing adopted this manufacturing system technique, which is a just-in-time technique, which has reduced the shortest assembly times. So assembly time has been reduced, and at the end they said that at Boeing assembly time has been cut off in half. So due to this just-in-time, assembly time has been reduced in half since 1999. Reduction in work in progress by 55%, and reduction in stored parts and components inventory by 59%. So this is the one real example. We have noticed that Boeing has implemented just-in-time, and due to this just-in-time, they have reduced the work in process inventory by 55%. They have reduced the parts and component inventory by 59%. They have cut the assembly time by half. So these are the major positive things of the just-in-time system. This system has some sort of negatives as well. A potential disruption in the supply chain may result in the huge losses. We have already discussed based upon the order will be placed to the raw material supplier as well. So if this supply chain is being disrupted, then it will result in huge losses. A sudden unexpected error for goods may delay the delivery of the finished goods to the end customer as well. So means all the players in the supply chain needs to act as per the schedule. In case any one of the supplier in the supply chain is not acting as per the schedule, then there are chances of disruption, there are chances of unexpected sudden losses. So these are the biggest negative of just-in-time system. This is one example, Toyota Motors example. This is Toyota Motors Corporation orders parts only when it receives new order. When new order will be received, Toyota will place the order for the parts. Company has installed this method in 1970 and it took 20 years to make it perfect. Toyota's just-in-inventory system nearly caused the company to make a screaming halt in February 1997 when a fire was broken out in one of the suppliers of Toyota, and this supplier was supplying P-valves to Toyota vehicles. This was the only one supplier, sole supplier to Toyota Motors, and this supplier was supplying to Toyota Motors, and fire was broken out in the plant of the Asian supplier. Due to this, their production was disrupted. Ultimately, supply to the Toyota Motors was disrupted. When supply to the Toyota Motors was disrupted, it leads to shut down Toyota to halt the production for several days. So raw material was not supplied by the supplier on timely basis because fire was broken out, and once the raw material was not supplied, fire was broken out, it leads to disruption and shut down of the production in Toyota Motors for several days. They said this is called a ripple effect, where other Toyota parts suppliers likewise had to temporarily shut down. So one supplier was not supplying, then production plant was shut down at Toyota Motors. Other suppliers stopped temporarily shut down the supply as well. They said overall it led to 160 billion yen in the revenue loss in just few days. So these were the biggest negative of just in time. So we can summarize it. Just in time is a pull based manufacturing system. There are back-to-back orders. Company will receive order, then the company will place order to the supplier. Supplier will be required to supply on timely basis. In case the suppliers are not supplying on timely basis, it will lead to disruption. And in case this system is being implemented properly, it will lead to huge reduction in the inventory cost, like we have seen in case of Boeing as well. Thank you very much for joining us. In our next lecture, we will be discussing stock out cost. What is stock out and what are the chances of stock out? How can we minimize the stock out cost? Have a lovely day. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching the video. Click on the bell and subscribe to the YouTube channel.